up, NBA fans out there around the world? Mark Spencer is back here, folks. He's here to talk some NBA basketball. Training camp is next week. The NBA season is going to get started in November, late October. So, folks, it's good to be back. I watched some preseason hockey yesterday. I watched the New York Rangers were in Edmonton, and they lost, just like they lost against the Flames. They lost 5-2, and then I watched Vancouver and San Jose. And San Jose just put a clinic on Vancouver, killing them 5-0. So, the preseason games have been very interesting. The NHL season starts next week, October 1st, so it should be good. It's gonna be crazy October, financially, physically, mentally. It's gonna be really tough in October. So get ready for a lot of crazy stuff to be happening, including some big games in baseball, big games in football, big games in movies, big games in the news. This is big everything. Everything's going big. Big, 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 big. So the NBA is coming back. So the big Shaquille O'Neal, the former Laker, buys part of the Sacramento Kings, a team he hated when he was a player. One time he called it the Sacramento Queens. And now Shaquille O'Neal is the owner of the Sacramento Kings. I want to say congratulations to the big Aristotle. Shaquille O'Neal has brought so much to the NBA. He's one of the most dominant big men in NBA history. You talk about a guy that's 6'7", I think he was 7'1", and he weighed almost 300 pounds, 350 pounds. Dude, this guy was a bulldozer. Most guys that were defending him back in the day were terrified of the guy. The guy was huge. But when you think of Shaquille O'Neal, he's one of the guys that you love to watch play. Even better person. Community guy, family guy, and loves to entertain the world. He truly is a character, Shaquille O'Neal. Big heart, like a big teddy. He just knows how to, if you're feeling down, he's always there to bring you up. So that's what it's all about, folks. So let's get down to business. So you look at the teams that, coming into the new NBA season. The Miami Heat are the champions. 3-time champions of the NBA Finals the last 3 years. So who are going to dethrone the Miami Heat? Who? Actually, no, 2-time champions. What did I say? 3? I got that wrong. So 2-time champions is the Miami Heat. Who will dethrone this team? Well, there's some teams out there that have really gotten better. The Portland Trailblazers. Nobody's really talking about Portland. But what they did in the NBA draft was pretty amazing. Recently, they have Lillard. They got him last year, and he proved to be the Rookie of the Year. They still have Aldridge. They still have some good young pieces. They got a new coach in Terry Stotts last season. Showed some potential. There's a team out in the Northwest you have to watch out for. It's the Portland Trailblazers. And another team that has really caught my eye over the last few years has been the Phoenix Suns. But recently they released Michael Beasley. Now Beasley signed with the Miami Heat, getting a second chance at winning a championship with a team he began his career with. But you look at Phoenix with Jeff Hornacek as their new coach. They got some new pieces in there. They got some more. They're going to be more of a defensive team, and they still play that open type of basketball that most of the fans across the National Basketball Association love to see. So Phoenix Suns are going to be a team in rebuilding mode. They're not going to be the greatest team, but you're going to play a tough game against them. It's not going to be as easy as it has been the last few years playing against Phoenix in Phoenix or them playing on the road. They're going to be a tough team to play against. I think they're going to be very, very tough. Same thing with the Sacramento Kings. Shaquille O'Neal's team, I think they're going to be very, very tough. They got some good pieces. They acquired Luke Amute in the NBA draft for a draft pick, and they still have Jimmer Fredette. They traded off Thomas Robinson last season. Now he's a Portland Trailblazer. He played for the Rockets for a bit, cup of tea. Then he goes to the Trailblazers, where he's going to really contribute with Aldridge to be a dynamic duel. So you look at Sacramento, they got some good pieces on that team. And the guy that was really made me proud last season was Isaiah Thomas. The next Isaiah Thomas. This guy, small little guy managed to, at some games, he just dominated games. He was just awesome. And when you see a guy as small as he is, plays with a smile on the face, goes hard to the hoop, gets layups, shoots a bucket, puts up clutch shots, sets up his teammates, one of the great small point guards in the game, former Washington Husky. I mean, this guy, Isaiah Thomas, he is truly the real deal. There's no doubt. I'd love to see that team play in Seattle this upcoming season, but it's too bad. It's just not going to happen. But when you look at a guy like Isaiah Thomas, you're looking at a player that has all the ability, has all the skill, he has the creativity. He can create his own shot. He can shoot from anywhere. He's real small, but he can really do a lot of stuff that most small guys can't do. Nate Robinson is another comparison, but Nate Robinson, man, that guy was awesome last season. And the team he signed with in the offseason, and the Oklahoma City Thunder, I think he's going to bring some to that team that they are missing. Because don't forget, Kevin Martin left this offseason. He went to another team. So you look at this team, they're going to be very, very tough, the Oklahoma City Thunder. They're going to have Russell Westbrook back from his serious injury he got in the playoffs. It was sad to see him get hurt, but that's what happens. This is the name of the game. Sometimes you're going to get hurt, and then sometimes you're not going to get hurt at all. So when you look at the situation with Durant and Russell Westbrook, it's going to be an interesting season. And there's been talk of Wade versus Durant. There's a little bit of a rivalry there. So I can't wait till the season starts. You're going to see some cool things that is going to maybe catch your eye. You're going to see some stuff that, the NBA fans want to see. You want to see competitive games. You want to see teams going for it. And I think the Oklahoma City are going to be right in the chase in the season coming up here. Them and San Antonio, they are the elite teams in the Western Conference. You look at the Lakers, they are in decline, but they're going to be there. I think Dallas is going to be a team you have to watch out for. Portland, like I say, they're going to be a team you have to watch for. I mean, all these teams coming into this 2013-14 season are all going to be looking to be gunning for the Heat. You even look in the East, you look at the Knicks. You're looking at Melo maybe leaving the Knicks in the offseason. There's a possibility. He might resign. There's a 50-50 chance he stays, 50-50 chance he goes to Atlanta, the Lakers, or the Heat. Well, actually, the Heat couldn't afford him, but yeah, there's still a possibility because I hear LeBron is for sure going to opt out of his contract. He's going to probably re-sign with the Heat, or he's going to the Cleveland, Los Angeles, or maybe Dallas. So watch out for that. Because I know Mark Cuban, he knows how to get into some of these players' heads, like a LeBron, a Carmelo. These are the big free agents coming up this summer. Chris Bosh. I think Bosh will stay, family reasons. I think Dwayne Wade might stay, family reasons. I actually see him going to Chicago, but family reasons will keep him in Miami. So I could see Bron leaving. He could be either going to Cleveland or the Lakers. It's more likely he'll go to the Cleveland Cavaliers. That's his team. That's the team he grew up cheering for, the team he began his career with, and with Kyrie Irving there, it makes total sense for me for LeBron James to come back to the city he began his career with and bring them a championship. And that would be the greatest story on earth, as far as I'm concerned. He would be forgiven. LeBron James is the man. So I think the Miami Heat are going to be tough this year. The Indiana Pacers pushed him really hard last season. They just recently signed Paul George to a new contract. I think he had a press conference this week, I think. So, Paul George is one of the game's best young players coming in. So he gets a 5-year deal at around $90 million. And when you look at Indiana, they have some good pieces. They got Roy Hibbert, they got him, George, and a healthy Danny Granger coming up this season. They lost Tyler Hansbrough to free agency. They lost DJ Augustine to free agency. Both of them end up with the Toronto Raptors. They're going to bring them some experience. They're going to bring them some creativity. They're going to bring them some toughness. I think with these two players the Raptors acquired, it could help them because, the Raptors have a little bit of a different roster this upcoming season. So, they're going to be a tough team. There's no doubt in my mind. The Charlotte Bobcats last year as the Bobcats before they become the Charlotte Hornets. So it's going to be another long year for Michael Jordan's team. They're still a team in the rebuilding mode. They did get a good draft pick in the NBA draft. They're going to be looking to try to get Andrew Wiggins. They're going to have a tough year. I think Indiana, Philadelphia, the Philadelphia 76ers improved. They might have lost their coach in Doug Collins, but they brought in a pretty good young coach in, so we'll see what he can do to help this team win. They got New Orleans. This guy's going to be a good young player coming up. They traded off Drew Holiday to New Orleans. They acquired Grievous Vasquez. So we'll see. No, I agree with right, but they acquired somebody. So we'll see what happens with this team. They have a long way to go. It's all about health. It's all about getting off to a good start in the Eastern Conference. You don't have to be the greatest team in the Eastern Conference to make the playoffs, but you got to be above 500, at least 3 or 4 or 5 games over 500. So if you have put together a good season, if you're the Philadelphia 76ers, you have a good chance of making the playoffs. You just got to put together a solid 30 games to start out the season, and you have a chance to make the playoffs. We already know the teams are going to make it. Your Milwaukee Bucks might make it. You got your New York Knicks. You got the Miami Heat, of course, probably finish first or second. You got Chicago is back in the hunt. You got Indiana. You got a host of teams that are sure bets are going to make it. So if you're a team like Milwaukee, if you're a team like the Raptors, a team like Philadelphia, you're going to be scrounging for that 8th spot in the playoffs. So it's all about getting off to a good start. Play hard the whole season. The season hasn't started yet, so come preseason, I think players are going to be battling for jobs. So, I just want to tell the players, just go out there, do your best, play your game, have fun. The game is all about having fun, man. Enjoying the game, the National Basketball Association. Seeing Hall of Famers now, like Gary Payton go in the Hall of Fame, it's really, really special to see. See guys like Tracy McGrady call a career. I think he could still play. Grant Hill calling a career. These guys are great players in the National Basketball Association. I want to say congratulations to those guys. Those guys are the best, all three. Those guys are the reason why I love this game, man. I grew up watching these guys play. When I was in high school, I tried to be like these guys. Try to do the slam dunks and try to do the fadeaways, post-ups, you name it, man. But, Grant Hill, Tracy McGrady, and Gary Payton, man. These are three amazing people. I've seen Gary on the new Fox Sports 1, live, watching online and shit and stuff. So, Gary's a man. He has character, he has personality, and hopefully one day we get a team in Seattle where we see Gary Payton get his number retired in the Raptors. So I just want to say so long, folks. Thanks for watching. For NBA review for the new 2013-14 season for September 25th, this is Mark Spencer signing out for Wednesday. We'll see you next time, folks. Bye-bye.